Welcome to the Society X podcast. I am your host, Rashod Harris. There's a lot of tension in this room right now. Yeah?
There is.
There's a lot of tension. And Corey, I feel like you're trying to sabotage my podcast.
I mean, you can find out when you listen. So I personally am appalled that you would think that I would do something like that to your precious child, your Society X podcast.
Because you're trying to take over.
I don't.
It's like a corporate takeover.
It's
right
not
now.
a corporate takeover. Right? I mean, I've been called a colonizer 3 times on this podcast, and
I mean, that is true.
I'm trying not to live up to the hype of that.
You've even been called a Caucasoid.
I've been called a caucasoid. I've been called the N-word, and that's a twist of fate. But you know, today is a day where I don't want to ruin that for you.
Okay.
So
Well, last week we had a great episode. A lot of upstanding young gentlemen came on the podcast and really let out their gripes about the institution of marriage. So today we have their lovely and beautiful wives and my wife over here. I feel like she's gonna say something derogatory towards me. So yeah, we have everybody's wives, and since my wife is in the building, I feel like I don't really need to be here.
you don't.
Yeah, so I have my man GA, Zach Morris, Gorgeous Jervis, who's going to be holding down the hosting duties since Corey probably couldn't do that by himself.
Oh, I could.
Nah, you could.
I could.
So today we have, say your name.
Elle.
Okay, I feel like you're ready.
I am. I have notes. I have notes in my phone. I like it.
Okay. next to Elle, we have
Rhonda.
who's Fro's wife from last week, and she seemed like she's ready to pounce on somebody. Okay. And then next to her we have LaDonna. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Great. And he's Sean's wife. So he's
Nice to
probably,
finally meet you. I keep hearing about you a lot.
I feel like you met her before though.
No, or at least I have. I'm really bad with people, so it takes about 3 or 4 times before I remember you. But Sean mentions you all the time, so we're always hanging out with Sean.
Don't try to build him up in the podcast.
I think he's a great human being, a great soul, and you might think otherwise. So,
And then next to Corey we have Kelli. How are you doing, Kelli?
I'm great.
Who's Mario's wife, and I feel like Kelli ain't fucking around today. So So since that's out the way, this nigga.
you gonna tap
This
out?
nigga.
Are you?
I think I'm out now.
All right.
So GA, you can know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're ready.
Hold on, what the fuck is this?
Let me get the drinks out.
What the fuck is this?
We got our Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Okay.
Make some Jameson noodles.
Oh, wow, okay.
We got to honor you with the sleeveless hoodies. Think we're about ready. Anybody would like to?
We want to go ahead and welcome you all to the Danger Zone. It's no longer the Society X podcast. So we're gonna go. Can you get the mule cups?
That's what the mule cups are for?
Oh yeah. I lied to you. I lied to your face. And there's ginger beer in there too.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck is going on here?
So as an homage,
You can stick around.
we're gonna do the Jameson Mule because that's your signature drink. So we felt like that would be appropriate for you. We brought Mike's Hard Lemonade because you're a reformed Mike's Hard Lemonade aholic. So we brought that out, and we got the sleeveless hoodies. So
I feel like Mike's Hard Lemonade is a non-threatening beverage for a Monday night. You know what I'm saying? You could have a couple and actually function tomorrow morning. If you want to get a little spicy, we got the Jameson Mules. Well, if you would just prefer to take shots of Jameson, you can do that as well. But whatever would make you all have a great podcast and feel open to speak as much shit about your husbands as possible, that's what we want to provide.
all right, welcome back.
Oh yeah,
I like your hoodie.
man. I love your hoodie,
Oh man.
Yeah, I guess great minds think alike, huh?
Great minds think alike. I got to work on my shoulders, but you got to put one foot in the sand.
Yeah.
You know, and eventually take that step.
Yeah,
And
I
today's that
just
day.
got tattoos because I don't work out. So, all right. So, ladies, how are you? It feels good to be I guess to be the host by proxy. I'm G.A. Brown, and I'll be the moderator for the evening. So before we get started, I'd like to say thank you all for allowing me to sit in on this panel because I'm very interested in what you all have to say. So feel free and just do whatever the fuck you want to do because this is the danger zone. All right. So Shad, are you staying or? Okay, well we won't get too spicy till he leaves.
I won't stop talking.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well,
Because I felt the tension when I walked in today. I felt like these women had something to say.
okay. Well,
And there's something I feel like they disagreed with some things from last week. And you weren't here last week, but there's some things that were said.
all right. So, in typical Society X podcast fashion, to those of you who may be new, there's a segment that we have where we talk about everyone's first time, and it's called shit, I'm fucking. During this segment, you will have to. Who's been on the podcast already?
I am.
All right, so you all have probably seen this segment. Okay. All right, so.
But today, for one special guest, we have a new segment.
Ooh.
It is called "Oh Shit, It's Rashod."
Oh yeah, but we're definitely gonna get to that one. And during that you know what? I'm not gonna go too in depth. Hopefully you'll finish your beverage before they finish. So I'm gonna start with my newest acquaintance, Rhonda. Nice to meet you. So tell us your first time. How was it? How did it happen?
It just, I didn't really know it was gonna happen. I just was kind of being fast and went over some boy's house, and he knew it was gonna happen. He had R. Kelly set up.
Oh,
like
Jesus.
a little pallet. And
How old was this dude with R. Kelly
he
playing?
was 16.
Oh, okay. So it was age appropriate.
Well, he was 16. I was not 16. I was a little younger, and that was it. No shit, I was fucking.
Was it an acquaintance or was it someone?
It was. It was.
Because you said some guy. And I was
No,
like,
no,
what, you
no,
just
it was
walked down
not.
the
No,
street and was like, you in the burgundy.
no, it was a guy that I knew. It was
Okay,
a guy I
that's
knew
good.
from the neighborhood.
That's good to know.
So do you still happen to know this gentleman?
No.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay. So, Donna, how was your first time? How did it happen? Can we get a nice little, can you paint a setting for us?
Is that a time, a year, a season?
I don't want to give out the year. Jeez.
Well, if you give us your age, then we're going to figure it out.
Well, it was a boyfriend of mine.
Okay, that's good.
So it was probably like my first, I guess, real boyfriend, I guess. Oh. And it wasn't good.
Damn. That's a common theme here at the
I
Danger
guess.
Zone.
And it lasted maybe like 3-5 minutes.
Okay, another common thread
Yeah,
on the
he
Danger
went
Zone.
longer than I did my first time. So,
And we was downstairs at my dad and stepmom's house in the living room on the couch.
Ooh, true.
So
Risky.
And they were home.
oh,
So it's kind of like, hurry up before your parents come downstairs.
so basically, 3 to 5 minutes. That actually abided by the guidelines of hurry up before they come down.
Now I've been
Yeah, I guess
wondering
so.
this here on the podcast. Is it 4 to 5 minutes of like, rabbit, like, or are we talking like 6 pumps? You got to take a break. You got to like kind of
No,
lay there.
it was just kind of like just, and it's over.
Nice. That was. Oh man, I didn't think of that.
And that was it.
Oh, okay.
Drum roll, please.
Well, at least you can say you did it. All right. Did you continue? Did he get a second chance?
Oh, you did it again, but not
Okay.
that night, no.
Well, of course. Okay.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. Good happy ending for him, I guess.
Yeah.
Not for you. But whatever. So, in the second segment of the day,
Oh shit! It's Rashod.
for those of us, more importantly, one person, this is where you get to voice all of your gripes with a certain individual. More specifically, tell us about the first time you discovered that Rashod was an asshole.
Wow.
You're in a safe space. You're amongst friends.
I'm trying to think the first time. I can't think of the word right now, but it was on Facebook, and I have to tag him in for this, but he used to call breasts something fun bags. Yeah.
Sweater puppies.
Yeah, so he would like talk about people's breasts on Facebook, and it pissed me off because I thought it was like the most assholest thing you could do. And he was like, he didn't see anything wrong with it. And that's when it started. From there, it was just downhill.
Downhill from there.
Oh man.
Was this before you were married?
Yeah, but I wanted to marry an asshole. Like, I have to have an asshole in my life, so it's, it's not a bad thing for me.
So that was the tip
Yeah.
of the asshole iceberg. Then.
Yeah, I didn't like that particular situation, but on the cusp of life, he needs to be an asshole to be my husband.
Seems like the power of positivity is still in the room right now, but we're gonna do what we can to break it. All right, so Corey, would you like to jump with the first topic? Or?
Yeah. We're gonna go. We're gonna do some general stuff. How did you feel when you heard last week's episode?
Like all the lies. I feel like everybody else's husband did well except my husband, because he was lying so hard. You thought your husband was lying? I thought y'all husbands did good. Like, I talked to Sean. We were texting. I was like, Sean, I'm pissed because Rashod was just lying the whole time, and I broke down each lie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
Yeah.
So overall, you feel like your husband's a lying asshole.
Yeah.
All right. So that's Elle's
I'm
perspective.
glad the feeling's pretty mutual because
so-
he lies to me on a regular basis.
Like a rug.
Like he'll be like, "Oh, the podcast is gonna start at 5:30. It doesn't start till like 7." So, and he's gone. All right.
All right. So, Kelly, what your overall thoughts about last week's episode in regards to your husband?
Overall thoughts, he made me seem like a freak.
Ooh.
I felt like everybody else's husband, they were very calm when they were talking about sex. And he was
Discreet.
like, nah, I don't have nope, she takes it. she always ready. I was like, okay.
Man, doesn't look like tonight's going to be a good one for him. Rhonda?
Overall, I was okay with it. He didn't tell any lies. I disagree with him on a few of his opinions of our relationship, but for the overall, he did pretty good. I wasn't upset when he got home or when I heard the podcast.
That's pleasant.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
a pleasant
Yeah,
experience.
hopefully we'll get to talk about these disagreements as the night goes on. Donna?
Well, I didn't listen.
Well,
But he
Sean's
did
still safe.
Well, no, he did tell me some things that made me upset, so I didn't listen to the whole podcast. So, and I didn't agree with what he said. So
What did you not agree with?
that I was selfish, or he
Okay,
thought I
all right.
was selfish.
Okay.
At
All
one
right.
point, and I don't think that's true.
He did mention the story about what was it, Wendy's?
Wendy's situation?
Yeah, you wouldn't go get Wendy's.
So that one incident, and I was selfish.
Has defined your whole
Exactly.
relationship. You were not here, but apparently she was on her way to his house for a date, and he was slightly hungry and said, "Would you mind, Sugar Puff, picking me up some Wendy's? That's about 2 blocks away from the house." And she said, "No."
I did.
I mean, did you say no jokingly and still
I
get
said
him
no, but
Wendy's?
I don't even think we were actually like fully like dating. I mean, we were like dating, we weren't like together like that for real. I think we had just started like talking.
Oh, well,
You
see,
weren't
that
at the-
changes the whole.
Yeah.
But wait
The
a
whole
minute.
perspective.
Like, Wendy's got a 4 for $4. Like, it wasn't going to break your pockets.
You don't know that.
I mean, you
and
know, I
that's
don't.
not the point.
But
It's really
There was
not the point.
principle involved, apparently.
maybe he could have paid you back. You
He
know,
could have.
Could have PayPal'd you $4.23.
I feel like if it were, you know what, I'm trying to keep a positive vibe in here. But if that were me and I was in that situation and somebody said, "Nah, I can't get you any Wendy's. We're on the way to this date." I'm like, dude, there's not gonna be a date. Like, you couldn't get me Wendy's. I'm famished.
He didn't know.
She's like, he still took me out. Like, I still got a free meal.
Sean, I'm with you, man. All right, so okay, so tell us, what was life like before marriage? Like, how dope was life, or how terrible was life prior to meeting your husband? Anyone?
Anybody want to go first?
You can jump in.
Life wasn't terrible. My life was actually great. I never aspired to get married. I never thought I would be married. So before I met Rashod, I was like super busy. I was working and I was starting my nonprofit and I was working for some other nonprofits. So I was always doing like community service type stuff. When we met, I had to slow down because I couldn't balance time for him and everything that I was doing. So
Was he needy?
he wasn't needy. That was the crazy part. He wasn't needy, but
He looks
I
needy.
was just like, I was really like in my own space. So I just had to adjust to like, oh, it's like a puppy, like it's a husband now. I mean, it's a guy now that I'm dating. So you have to make
Rashod
time for
hides
that.
in the house and places he normally doesn't, just like her dog.
Like father, like son. You know?
So prior to getting married, did you ever see yourself with somebody who wore sleeveless hoodies?
I've dated someone from DC before.
Wait, this is a thing?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh.
It's actually really huge.
Oh
He
my
actually
gosh!
got
Like,
it.
And is it worn like how we're wearing it with nothing under,
Sometimes
triceps
it's
out?
worn with the t-shirt underneath. So like literally, we were in DC when he got it. It was for Donna's birthday, and we literally were going. Where
He
we
was so
going?
excited, too.
We were going to Georgetown, and Rashod was so happy. He literally bought it. We went back to the hotel. He put it on immediately.
Actually, you know what, Elle? We were planning to go to a day party.
Yeah, we were going to a day party, and Rashod was so excited about his new outfit that he left his wallet at home, and we couldn't even go anywhere because he was so
We didn't have
thirsty
any
to wear
ID.
this
I just
hoodie.
imagine him in the mirror, like,
That's exactly
Yeah,
what
he
he
was
doing.
really excited when he got it.
and doing these
That's what he
shits.
was doing.
showing off the tries?
So, what is your stance? Do you or not approve of the sleeveless hoodie?
Well, in the podcast last week, he tried to say that I have several as well. I have one, and that's only because I use it to sleep in, but not to wear publicly. But I mean,
That's like how I am with flip-flops. Everyone thinks since
Yeah.
I'm white, I have like 15 pairs. I'm like, no, I have one pair, and I wear them only indoors, unless I'm going to my car and returning immediately to my house.
The sleeveless hoodie does seem rather domestic, though. Like, it's something you can walk around the house in. It's a little chill. I put my hood on, but my arms still free to wash dishes and whatnot.
so aren't your arms cold though?
I mean,
Like, I'm chilly right now.
Yeah, I'm a
Like,
little
it's
chilly.
like,
I'm a little
that's-
chilly,
yeah,
but the
yeah.
hood is balancing out my body heat right now. So,
Okay.
You also have a hat on, too, underneath your hat.
well, because I don't have any hair, so I got to
Yeah.
make sure that I don't get sick as pneumonia weather out there.
Yeah, because a hat will prevent pneumonia.
Nonetheless, Kelly, how was life prior to marriage?
It was great. I was working and living life. I actually, I had a long-term boyfriend when I first met Mario.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Yeah, it
Dun-dun-dun.
does. We had a situation. We broke up. The next week, I called Mario, and then yeah, I mean,
So did he swoop in and gain favor in your life, or had you been eyeing him?
okay, I had not been eyeing him. He's probably gonna be angry that I tell the story. Kind of, sort of, don't care though.
That's right. That's what we want. This is the danger
A
zone.
scorned woman
Yes.
on the
No,
podcast.
he first he's younger than I am, and his sister was taking dance from me, and she called. She was like, "Hey, my brother wants to take you out." And like I said, at the time I had a boyfriend, so I was like, "No." He has a bunch of kids. He doesn't. He has two. I was like, and they all have the same name. They don't. One is Mario. One is Amari. Like they. But I was looking at him like, oh, this little boy, I don't want him type thing. But I did think he was cute. But I thought he was too young for me. But
How long have you guys been married?
we've been married 7 years.
And you dated for...
Some months.
Oh, okay. All right, there you go.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. So, I'll ask everybody the same question once we finish. Rhonda, how was life prior to marriage?
It was pretty awesome. I didn't realize it though until after I got married. But I mean, no diss. But once you get married, life kind of, like Elle was saying, it kind of slows down. But before I got married, I up and go and do what I want. I ain't have to answer to nobody, tell nobody where I'm going, when I'm gonna be back, stuff like that. It was cool before marriage. After marriage, it's cool too. It's still cool,
So, like this is and we're gonna get to you, Donna. Like this is one of the things I never understood. Like with dudes like me, like it's easy for me to adjust to like, all right, I'm gonna let her know where I'm at before I go and do whatever, because I don't want my name caught up in no shit. So I voluntarily, give that information out, but there's always that adjustment period with women where it's like, I gotta get used to being in a relationship. Like, nigga, you knew you was in a relationship when you said we was in a relationship. Like, how do you gotta get used to it? Like that, that's been one of my pet peeves.
You asking me?
I don't even know. I blacked out. I'm sorry.
It's a community thought.
Yeah, like I was gone for a minute. Now I'm back.
It depends on how you get in a relationship. Like Rashod always tells a different story than I do. But when we started dating, he had asked me before, and I said no. So the second time he asked me, I didn't know. It's not like I knew I was getting ready to get in a relationship, I guess. So it was kind of like, oh shit, I'm in a relationship. So like, what happens now? Because for me, I associated being in a relationship with, if I'm dating you, I'm gonna marry you. So I wasn't just like dating around to play games. Like if I'm gonna talk to somebody, I just talk to somebody. But to say that I'm actually with you and only you, like I'm gonna say this has to go somewhere. So that's why it's an adjustment period, because you have to focus your mind on this may be the last person that you're with forever. So that was my whole thing.
So wait, he asked you to be in a relationship and you said no?
Yeah.
I would have kicked you to the curb.
Good thing I'm not married to you.
Yeah, there you go. Cheers.
Rhonda, what was your hardest part about actually adjusting to letting somebody know your whereabouts?
It was just the fact that I had to let him know. Like before we got married, we didn't live together. So if I left the house, I'm just leaving the house.
Right.
But once I'm married, we're living together. I can't just leave. What if he's wondering where I'm at, or the kids, or stuff like that. So I mean, it was an adjustment, but I wouldn't say that was like the biggest adjustment, getting married. It was just an adjustment.
Okay. All right. Donna, how was life prior to meeting the fabulous, amazing Action Johnson?
Oh God. It was nice. Before I met Sean, I was actually in another relationship for like 5 years too. So I kind of like jumped out of that one and jumped in that one too. So I didn't really have much time to like, date around. When I met Sean, it was kind of like we kind of like connected. And
Didn't have your hoe face. Didn't have.
No, I didn't have a whole face. Okay. I didn't. Which is, I guess, is good for me. I guess.
So we've had conversations before about the necessity of the hoe phase. Like, do
I'm a
you
big
all
supporter of the hoe phase?
Yeah, because I believe you had a 10-year bid, right?
10-year bid.
10-year bid.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like, do you all feel that it's a necessity for people to get the hoe out of them before getting married, or not necessarily saying that you're being a hoe, but just actually just freelancing and doing whatever you want to do?
Contract.
Yeah.
Temporary contracts.
It depends on the person. Everybody's not built for it. I think that a lot of people should try it because it brings a certain level of, I got this out, I got this done, and then it's good for some people, and for some people it could be really, really bad. So it just depends on the person.
That's interesting.
It's very riveting.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Man. Well, our next subject is, what did your husbands do to actually make you say, hey, I'm going to marry this guy? Other than the obvious, he asked. Was there a moment that you were like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to marry this guy. He just needs to ask.
I don't think I ever had that moment. Sorry.
It just hit you. You were shocked and surprised when it happened?
He talked about it a whole lot.
Interesting.
And I really didn't. I think he thought that I really wanted to get married, and he, because I even heard him say on the podcast, "Oh, if I didn't propose, I was gonna lose her." Well, technically, no, he wasn't. I wasn't. I mean,
well, crushing dreams and
I mean, I really wasn't. I guess. I mean, yeah. When he asked us, I was like, oh, "Okay, yeah, great." Talking about it with him, I didn't think he was ready. That was, a big thing with he and I, the whole phase that he was, I felt like he still had some in him. He needed to go ahead and get that out.
You gave him a hall pass?
I did not.
Okay.
He knows I am crazy. Y'all couldn't tell that by the way he answered the IG question when he was
could
like,
tell.
"Don't jump in my D," because my wife is crazy is what he should have followed that with. You.
Okay.
I don't be playing them games.
I'm afraid for him now.
Why?
You just said you were crazy.
You don't need to be afraid for him.
I just saw
Like, I'm not
I just saw
a husband
acrimony.
beater.
Yeah. Never
It's
know.
not like that. But I did like his drive, and he was so good with his kids, and I knew that I wanted to have kids. I didn't have any.
I don't.
So you don't.
No, I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't want kids, or
I
you don't
want
have
kids.
kids?
No, I don't want kids. I
Okay.
don't like children.
Well, I like my own.
That's good. I'm glad you.
Yeah,
I'm glad
I like
that you
my
like them. As you should.
Yeah, I like my own.
I could see you. I could see you as a good dad.
No,
like
I mean,
with,
I'm
with
not
the picket fence
I'm not
and
qualified for
you
taking care of
walking
life.
the dog and
I do
sending,
like dogs, though.
sending soccer practice. Like I could see you doing all of that.
No, I want to live at the top of the West End.
You can do that too.
No, I don't want to do. I don't like children. I just really don't like children. It's permanent. It's very permanent.
It is permanent.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, you could teach them to become independent and they can emancipate
I just feel
themselves.
like,
and be on their own.
when it comes to like dogs and goldfish, that, I mean, it's temporary. And then too, like if you accidentally kill them, then like you go and get another one. Whereas like a child, like I'm going to go to prison. And and I don't want to go to prison. So I'm putting it out there now that I'm not qualified.
Doesn't seem like the
Okay.
Society X podcast is ever going to get a PETA sponsorship
No.
now. He's out here killing dogs and
No, I don't want to kill any dogs. I wouldn't do it. But if shit happens, and then you just kind of, you brush it under the rug.
okay. We'll just so we're gonna just keep the party going. Elle, what was it? What was the topic?
What made you want to marry
Right.
that asshole of a husband of yours?
It was just the same moment. Like when I said yes to dating him, that was the same moment where I knew I could marry him because I wasn't gonna say yes otherwise. Anybody who's like not afraid to move, because I have a lot of layers and a whole bunch of craziness. So if you're able to oversee all of that and still like be persistent and make sure that you're still there for me, and he was just cool. Like he was a cool friend. So anybody that's like that, and then he actually reminded me a little bit of my dad. So I thought that was cool.
Did he like that I liked all your pics last week? Like I told him I would?
He just found out.
He just found out?
Yeah, and so he was like, he was getting ready to text you. I was like, no, don't text him. Don't text him.
For our viewers, he said that a couple episodes ago that he would get mad if a guy liked too many of her pics. And I said, oh, okay, challenge accepted. And I liked all 247 of her pics.
Wow,
It took me about 10 minutes, but I just want to see what he would do.
man.
I did message her and tell her, like, don't freak out. Don't
Yeah.
think that this is weird. But but he hasn't approached me yet. So
I told him not to.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
I didn't know it was like in preparation for today, so I didn't want him to ruin
Yeah.
anything.
Hey.
We should have had a thing going where you were like, oh my God, Corey liked all my pics.
Yeah, you should have told
I
me.
mean,
You could have
Yeah,
planned
yeah.
that out.
because he could still pop up on you with the guns out. Sleeveless hoodie season is about to go down. Like I don't know, man. Shaw looks a little menacing until you get to know him. Like he looks like Anger Man.
He does all the time.
So do you want your husbands to look unapproachable?
Yes,
Yes.
Sometimes.
Kind of sometimes.
all the time.
Right. I would say all the time.
Wow.
Yeah. Because Jasmine feels the same way. She says I look like I'm ready to fight somebody all the time.
Never thought that. Rashod looks like he just got out of prison. So you're doing a great job. You're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
He looks like he's walking for, like, that little dusty road outside prisons to the bus stop. That's what he looks like he's doing every day. So,
Rhonda, what was your moment when you realized that this is the one that I cannot spend my life without? Can you move closer to the mic?
Sure. I don't know if there was one particular moment. We've known each other forever. We met in middle school, and we've kind of been on and off since middle school. So once we became grown and started dating seriously, not like little puppy love. It just kind of blossomed from there, and it wasn't like one particular moment. It just kind of grew.
it was a culmination
Yeah.
of events.
Yeah.
There you go.
So he was gradually checking all the boxes.
Yeah, he got along. He respected his mom. His mom and him are very close. His whole family was very tight knit, and he was a respectable young man, and he put it down when he was supposed to, and how, and so it was just like, okay,
See how her
great.
tone changed? Little head nod
So,
there.
I'm
Just
saying,
can't hear it in the microphone. But
You better work.
So that was it.
Okay. Hey, I'm not mad at you at all. Sounds like someone that's rather desirable. Donna.
Same thing.
This
I don't
is-
think
this
it was
is
the
very
actual
informative.
moment, but we dated for like 5 years before we got married. So I knew I was gonna marry Sean.
So prior to him asking you to marry him, did you ever get him Wendy's?
Yeah.
eventually. you got
Eventually,
him,
yeah.
So you know what I mean. So once you passed that trial period,
Yeah.
like you felt comfortable picking up
Yeah, I mean,
Wendy's.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. I think you gained some points back from me because like you lost some cool points with me because I was like, nah, Donna wouldn't do that, and it kind of hurt my feelings.
Over some Wendy's.
Yes, it's the principle. It really is the principle.
That was kind of wrong.
Yeah, like,
And I
wasn't.
bet you on the road that she drove to his house, the Wendy's was probably on the right
It really
side too.
wasn't.
So she didn't even have to
It really
cross
wasn't.
traffic. You just slide right in.
and it was
Maybe it
probably
was the way he told the story, because he did say that
it was
like,
probably
close
nobody
by.
at Wendy's
Right.
drive-through line either.
Yeah, was
I
he
felt
a
bad
dick?
for
I
him.
did too.
You felt bad for him.
I did,
For the
but like
Wendy's?
because of the way he told that story,
Okay.
he really is a good storyteller. Like he told that story, he painted that picture.
Was he a
all
dick
he
about
does
it?
is tell
He was
stories
put-
too.
Was he like, give me some Wendy's? I want some Wendy's. Like did he say that? Like Clint Eastwood? Like,
The frosting machine better be
See,
working.
we weren't even like together like that for real. We were just dating, and it's like I don't even know you like that to give you Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not kind of fun.
Well, wait a minute.
So like
Whoa,
a dollar
whoa, whoa,
fry and
whoa,
some
whoa.
nuggets.
So wait a minute. Like, okay, so let's say he was coming to pick you up, right? And like,
I wouldn't have asked him to buy me Wendy's.
But if y'all were going to a movie or something that you had to be on time for, and y'all were pressed for time due to your schedule or his, and you were like, "Hey, on the way here,
so
can
why
you
am I
pick-"
asking you to stop if you prep the time?
Because we can't stop and get nothing to eat. We can't stop and sit down to eat. You know what I mean? Like that.
We weren't even going anywhere. I don't think. Like
you were going somewhere.
Y'all
That's
were
what he
on a
said.
date.
we weren't going anywhere. I don't think.
Where were you going?
This story is
I think I was just
unraveling.
going to his house just to like chill at his house.
That's
I
not
don't
the way.
think
That's
we
not
had,
the story
I don't
we
think
were
we
told.
had like a plan to actually go anywhere, like for certain. Where did he say we were going?
It's,
He didn't-
he
see, he
didn't
don't even
say,
know where we're
he
going.
suggested that y'all were going out somewhere.
I don't think we were going out anywhere.
Okay.
I guess it's your word against his. You know. I guess you have reasonable doubt to win this in a court of law. So, all right. So Rhonda mentioned something about her husband putting it down when he needed to. So, what are your thoughts on married men saying there's a lack of sex when you get married?
Because that came up.
'Cause
All
that's something I'm
members
afraid of.
Of the group mentioned that.
Mario shouldn't have mentioned that at all.
Well, no, he might have not. I do recall, but the other souls mentioned there might have been a drop off in the analytics.
I saw somebody put, why do women stop being freaks or whatever? Let me just say a couple of different things.
Oh.
The first thing is this. When you first meet someone and you're dating, you don't have a lot of baggage. Like you're not paying bills. You're not making sure the house clean. You're not cooking for this man. You're just having sex. So there's no like real mental
Drainage.
right? So you can't like you come home and be like, I want to have sex and the house dirty and you ain't clean in like 3 days and I asked you to, but you want to have sex? Like I'm giving you an example. I'm not saying this is real happen.
Oh, we all know
That's
this probably
happened before.
happened.
That's
No,
happened.
I would tell you if it did. But I'm giving you an example. So we have that in our head, like, I got all this stuff to do. You ain't done nothing, but you want to have sex right now.
Okay.
And then when I finish, I got to still get up and do X, Y, and Z. So that's the one thing. Second, men forget when you get married, you have to do new things. Like I told, Rashod didn't put my full question out here. I said, ask men, why do you think it's okay to continue to do the same, let me finger you move, and then slide in there?
Little double click the mouse.
Yes.
Little double click.
How long we been together?
Okay, so all right, so this is my issue. So if we're together, you should be attracted to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
That
just
isn't, but that doesn't mean that
But like,
I want to have sex with you every single day because I'm attracted to
In
you.
the same exact way.
And it doesn't
or the
even-
same moves.
And it doesn't even have to be at. Whoa, this sounds
It's
like
not
it's coming
just
from
him. No, it's universal.
But
I
like-
have married friends. We all talk about the same thing.
So like, let's say, cause like I'm like enamored with my fiance, right? So anytime I see her get out the shower or getting dressed, I'm like, oh shit, like, yo, I won. Like, I'm excited. Like at any given moment, like if she were to say, hey, GA, yes, like before you even finish, yes, whatever you want, yes. So why with women it's not, damn.
It's
this motherfucker is so sad. I won't why can't us just being the person that you're attracted to be enough for you to want to do it?
Because they want us to look
Because
like
we got
that.
a lot of stuff going on.
But we have a lot of stuff going
y'all
on
don't.
too.
Y'all don't have nearly as much stuff going
shit.
on as
Okay.
what we got going on.
and you're
And I'm
linear
just speaking as
thinkers,
someone
like,
who has kids and a full-time job and a dog and a grandkid. And yeah, he's got all of those same things. But when the kids call, they don't call him. They call me. Mom, can I do this? Can you do this? Can you take me here? Can we, they don't, it's not equal on that, so mentally we are more drained than them. And once we get home from working all day and cooking and getting the kids together, I don't feel like it. Get out of here. Like,
Damn.
what did you help me with when you got home? I gotta ask you to do every single thing I want you to help me with. You live in the same house I live in.
Yikes.
But what about you, Elle? You don't have any of the laundry lists that she just mentioned.
I have 3 jobs.
Okay.
I have a dog.
You have a
I have a
dog.
lot of stuff to
Okay.
do.
I just wanted to hear because she
and I'm in
mentioned
school
she
getting my
mentioned kids and
doctorate.
grandkids. That threw me for a
Yeah,
loop.
my doctorate is a whole 3 children by itself.
Nice.
So I have a lot going on. Like life isn't that easy.
What
It just
school are you
looks that
attending,
way.
by the way?
Yeah.
I
'Cause
went to Capella University.
yeah, I'm thinking about Capella
love it.
starting this fall as well.
I think you should do it.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk.
But yeah, I have a lot going on. So no, it's not easy. Life just, if I had children, God knows. Like one day we will, hopefully. But goodness, it's a lot.
So, like, I know, like, some guys that I work with, who remain nameless. Like, it kind of hurts my feelings when they tell me some of the things that they're going on, that they're enduring in their life. They work all this overtime to make money so that their wife doesn't have to do anything outside of the one job they have, and they're trying to be romantic, they're surprising her and doing stuff like that, and they'll go like almost 2 months without getting something.
That's unacceptable.
And it's like,
I just had a shiver that just came over my whole-
Yeah, and these
my whole
individuals are like, I feel like I don't know what about me makes people think they can just tell me their problems.
Hold up, time out. You said they're working a lot of overtime and they're not there for like 2.
They're doing not that they're gone 2 months out of the time. Like there are times where they won't get any sex for almost 2 months at a time from their wives.
And they're working. You just said a lot of overtime.
They're working more overtime so that their wife doesn't have to work more.
The reason why I keep emphasizing that is because another thing is we can't not have intimacy. Like our intimacy doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts all day. And if I don't see you a lot.
Well, I'm not saying that,
Yeah.
so at a shipyard, most people go to work at 6. So if they work 12 hours, they get off at 6. So that's around about the time people get home from like their 9 to 5s. So like, and they're telling me, all the things they're doing to try to keep it spicy. They're taking duties from the wife. They're making sure that the kid, don't worry about it. I take the
Sean's
kids
not
to
taking any
practice.
duties for me.
You know what I mean? Huh?
Damn.
Sean's not taking any duties for me.
All right, the bus that someone just got
No,
thrown
he's
under.
not. He's not. Like I love Sean to death. He's a great husband, but he's not taking any duties for me. When Sean gets home, he literally takes his shoes off in the living room and sit on the couch and watch TV. We get up at the same time.
Okay.
Our daughter goes to daycare down the street from my house, so he'll pick her up. I get home. I immediately start cooking. After I finish cooking and eat, I give my daughter a bath.
Okay.
After she's running around for 2 hours, I'm chasing around her. Sean's still sitting at on the chair, looking at TV. And then after I done cooked, worked same hours he's worked. Now he wants to. Okay, now he's rested up and ready to let's get it on. I'm like, no, I'm tired now. This is not like every single day, but you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't have sex every day. Like no.
I don't think every day is a thing.
I think some guys I work hard. Like we work hard too.
I dated a
you're
girl
not-
once in life that wanted to have sex every day, and after like the 7th or 8th day, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Like my lower back hurts. I was like, and it's taken like 45 minutes to finish up because you're in the zone.
I think that's a problem most men would want to encounter.
You would think, and then encounter it, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's not as exciting as I thought it would be. They're all sweaty and shit. Like it's terrible. But I'm sorry to hear that. That came out of right here. Yeah, that because you were silent the whole time, and then all of a sudden, you just threw Sean completely under the light rail.
I didn't want to bus. I'm saying
it was a light rail, just completely.
Well, I guess if it's the truth, it's not really throwing somebody.
Yeah.
All right, so as far as keeping it spicy and making sure that the romance doesn't decline, because I heard you say something about like finger popping or whatever. What would be like? What's the appropriate avenue for your husband to want to initiate sex, especially if you want to keep it interesting and not do the same thing over and over again? And to me, there's only a different number of ways that you can approach that. But like, what would be like some good advice? Because it's a lot of men that listen to this show, and they're probably like pulling their hair out right now. Like some married men I know, like, what do I have to do to make her want me? So like what would you all's advice be as far as initiating?
I think it's communication, because what I may like today, I may not like next year. Mm-hmm. But I think that, because literally after the podcast, me and Rashod had like a whole 2-hour conversation about that, which was good because it's real life.
Right.
So having a communication piece of like, you know what, I think I want to try this. Let's do this. Like, doing that will help, because if not, you're gonna go down that same finger.
You got the
side.
Kama Sutra calendar out, the little 365-day rip away joint, and it's like a new position every day.
You do.
That's kind of cool.
I made that shit off the top of my head. Didn't know it was real.
It's an actual book. Yeah.
Nice. Look at the podcast, just healing relationships, and selling the sex books on Amazon.com.
Okay. Does anybody else have any?
I would say
what gets the motor running?
Try something new.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't mean to interrupt you, but like because when people are talking, make sure you're closer to the mic. I don't want to get these side eyes from the engineering in the section in the corner over there. Go continue.
I would just say try something new. Don't try the same thing that's been the same way for X amount of weeks, months, years, whatever. Just try something different. Just see what the response will be,
Now, as far as trying something different, what if a guy has a good rotation of ways that he can go about it? So let's say he got about 6 or 7 different things he likes to try.
The triple scissor.
Yeah, but you got to get to you have to get into sex to do the triple scissor.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You gotta have motivation to bring out the triple scissor.
Right. So what if he? It's a long story. So what if he cycles through those 6 or 7 things and not does the same thing back to back? Like what if he works through those things and gives you something different, every other 6 times or something like that?
I mean, try something new when you're initiating it.
Mm-hmm.
That without, putting too much of my business out there. Just try something new when you're initiating it.
I'm going to put that in my notes. Corey?
Oh, yeah, that's already there. It's already there. Try something new. All right. We'll jump to a new topic. Are any of y'all jealous? Do y'all get jealous?
I don't get jealous.
You don't get jealous? Is there a threat? Do you feel do you get threatened by other women? Do you ever feel that like a woman is trying to take your man at any time? Because you mentioned you'd like to dress him in prison clothes and rags. So like, but when there's that woman that like loves that shit, what
I'm not jealous, but Mario is very friendly.
Okay.
He's always smiling. Like we went walking in the mall a few weeks ago. We're walking through the mall. The girl at Foot Locker is lifting up the thing. He said, "Hey, let me help you with that." No, you're not, because you don't know her. Is she going to give you part of her paycheck? Like, I literally lost my mind. And he knows I'm not jealous of the girl. I didn't think he was going to run away with her. But why are you helping this woman? You don't know her. Mm-hmm. She's at work. She's getting paid to lift the gate up. She does not need you to help her.
Okay.
But I don't. He'll never say, "Oh, my wife gets jealous." Like, he can tell me, "Oh, this lady was looking." He had on gray sweatpants. He tells me about this lady that was looking at him at the corner store. And I laughed. Well, one, why did you wear those in there? Like, what are you doing?
So I have a question about gray sweatpants, right? What is the what's the thing with gray sweatpants? I mean,
They look good.
What do you mean? What's the thing?
What is your question?
but I mean, black sweatpants don't do it. Navy blue sweatpants don't do
It's
it.
the lighter the pants, the larger the imprint.
Right.
But you
I'm
know,
gonna get some white ones.
but in the day and age of boxer briefs, most people's package is secured and they just not free swinging.
Depends on the man.
I mean, you can still see the imprint if it's there.
So that gets the motor running? Because y'all all got really excited over the
It
idea of someone in sweatpants.
That might be a good initiator.
Put on
The gray
sweatpants.
sweatpants.
Just put on gray
Maybe
sweatpants,
if
start air
Rashod gets
humping.
a gray pair of sweatpants to go with a gray hoodie with the sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
down. Yeah.
What about
Look like a onesie.
a hoodie jumper?
Little hoodie romper. Yeah.
So what about sweat shorts like the cutoff, Jane?
I like those too.
Is it the same sensation as like the full leg
I like
pants?
those too. Yeah.
Not for me.
Cause I got some gray sweat shorts I wear around the house, but evidently I guess anyway.
It's not getting you the results that you think it would.
It's not, man. I just completely drew a blank. Does seeing that another woman desires your man, like, does that raise the level of attraction to your man in the moment? Like, does it make you want to be more territorial and like claim him?
I think I have the same problem as Kelly. Rashod is friendly. He will sell you a dream. Like, he will make you feel like you can conquer the world if he doesn't know you, and he doesn't do it like to be, like promiscuous, I guess. But he really feels like he can help somebody. Mm-hmm. And what I have to tell him is that women, that's all we need is for you to believe in us. Mm. And they don't see anybody else. They don't care if you're married. You believed in me. Mm-hmm. So that's Rashod's issue. So he can't have a lot of female friends.
You know what I think is funny? Rashad's out here changing lives. This guy's lifting heavy objects, and y'all are like, "No, fuck that shit.
No, but
you ain't doing.
No,
you ain't helping no one."
That's not true because you know a woman's intention. Like,
Right.
There's certain women I see Rashod interact with. It's not an issue. And again, Rashod, he's completely oblivious to the fact of what's going on around him. Like, for Christmas, this young lady
You wanted to
has
say
a
thought.
no, I wouldn't say that.
No.
She had a cupcake business, and so she thought that it would be smart to give my husband cupcakes, and say she was like, "Oh, I wanted to give you this."
like a
and
nice
so
young lady.
he's thinking it's like business. She wanted to meet with me real quick, and he comes home. Now me, crazy wife, I've seen these nasty cupcakes in my house before. So when Rashod comes home, I'm like, I know those cupcakes. Did you just get those cupcakes from so-and-so and so? He was like, yeah. So I'm talking to my friend on the phone like, he has lost his mind. Does he want me to act crazy? I'm trying not to be crazy. I'm trying to be calm. So my friend hyped me. She's like, I think Rashod just posted a picture of the cupcakes. Why did she say that? My head spinned around. 365, like a whole 360. I was like, Rashod, if you don't get those effing cupcakes off of Facebook right now. So he did.
I'll give
and we
you
didn't have that problem
from a
here.
guy who's been in a situation like that. How guys operate. If it is not a slide in the DM or a literal, I want to go out with you, we just go, cool, cupcakes.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't be like
dangerous.
that, though. Yeah.
But like, how is it dangerous? Because if
women are
if you're
crazy.
putting up the wall because I've had a woman do something nice like that, and then eventually it got like I could tell I was like, oh, this woman wants more. Put up that wall. So like,
Rashod
what?
doesn't know the wall.
But, like, no, this woman did something very like, I want to like hang out with you, and this is a relationship many years ago, and I was like, no, like that's not what we are gonna do. So like, can you not have trust that the man is gonna act appropriately? Because at the end,
It's
I would
not
be,
that.
I got upset.
Yeah.
You know, I had a similar situation where someone brought a food item, but they brought them to me and like 2 other people at our office. And then got very upset, was like, that chick's bringing y'all strawberries. And I was like, yeah, because she's nice. She brought strawberries to the office. If she wants to have sex with me, that's her prerogative. But at the same time, her act is just bringing strawberries.
It's
She didn't
different.
slide in the DM. She didn't do anything. She didn't do anything inappropriate.
if Shalice said, Rashod, I got these cupcakes for everybody, it's different.
Everybody.
But this particular young woman with nasty cupcakes that I know are nasty, and my husband has said that they're nasty.
All right. That's
totally
now we got a whole nother avenue. We got a whole nother lane here.
That's a whole nother.
I ate the hell out of those strawberries that came to me,
Yeah.
and I told the girl I was dating, like, yo, this girl brought me strawberries. I'm gonna eat the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm dating you, so like I can't. I gotta turn down cupcakes.
But-
I gotta turn down strawberries.
But in you know,
too.
in,
no, I'm not turning down the damn strawberries.
in Rashad's line of work, like, you know, he does marketing, so you know, maybe this was a potential paying client that he was trying to, you know, show good favor towards.
It was like a year he was trying to work with that client. She wasn't moving no money, so yeah. So that's my thing. Like for me, because of what he does, we have to have complete trust. And so in order to have complete trust, I have to say this is a parameter for me. So if something doesn't feel right, then it doesn't feel right. Because outside of that, I don't, like Rashod could leave the house and not come back for 12 hours. He won't get a text from me or a call. I don't care. I'm not that type of woman.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know when a woman wants my man. And when that's too close, like you can like him from over there on Facebook and he's cute and all of that, that's fine. But when you're close, that's a problem.
He is a very handsome chocolate man.
I agree.
That's debatable. It's heavily debatable.
Well, you're a handsome white chocolate man yourself.
I'm aware. I'm very aware.
Okay. So does do any of you feel that there's like pressure to be like the traditional wife or be the character that a wife is supposed to be?
I do. Absolutely.
Elaborate, because this is interesting.
And I'm glad you asked because last week Mario made the comment, I think, that he wouldn't be upset if he came home.
I was going to
with food.
mention the food item.
He's
That's
a
been a heavy
liar.
debate for a week. No, you said Mario wouldn't be upset?
Yeah, did he say he would be?
He would be. I was the only one who said I wouldn't be upset.
He loses his absolute mind. I used to, like when we would argue, I would always say, you know, you think you're a king and you think you're this and but I had to realize, one, he's Panamanian, so they view women differently. And his mother waits on him, his brother, and his father hand and foot. So they were joking on me yesterday, oh, did you cook a 5-course meal today? If I don't have bread, if I don't have dessert, he's going, oh, it's no dessert today? Oh, well, I don't have dinner. You don't already have, like today, I said everybody can make pizzas. I'm sure when I get home, he's going to have an attitude. He's going to be like, oh, so I don't get meat and potatoes and a vegetable and some dessert and some.
Which, the backstory of you weren't here. Everybody said that they would be upset if they came home and their wife or significant other didn't make them food or left them food to eat. I was the only guy who was like, I don't really give a shit. And that has to do.
I thought it was like if the wife cooked, but didn't cook them any food.
Yeah, I mean, obviously cooked or left out food.
Oh, I'd
for
be
them.
hot.
That's what I'm saying.
That was wrong.
I thought their conversation was that the food was cooked.
Yeah.
And
I mean, preparing food or cooked food.
And there was
for
no
some-
food
left for them to eat, yeah.
or you cook for them too as well.
Yeah.
I would never do that. I would never go home and cook a single meal for myself.
Right.
Okay.
I
We
wouldn't
talked
do that.
about both though, and Rashod once again tried to lie and say that he came. First, he said he had to work a wedding last weekend, and he came home. He had no food. First of all, it's Saturday. Second of all, I never cook for you because I eat pretty much like a vegan type diet, so we don't even cook the same meals. And second of all, he left out the part that the wedding actually had a plate for him. So you get what I'm saying? My
I think I
husband's
was
a liar.
I was
You were
actually with him
there.
at
You
that
were at
wedding.
that wedding.
Yeah, that plate was hidden too.
You see what I'm saying?
Yo,
But
they
that's
spared
the
no
part he
expense
left.
on that buffet.
He's
That
very
shit was
prissy.
hidden.
Rashod is prissy, and he wants things the way he wants it. Instead of him saying, I didn't want that food, or, Elle, can you pick me up something because I'm not going to eat this food, he threw out the whole part that there was a whole plate for him.
So you didn't make food because
Yeah.
you were like, you're going to eat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we never make food for each other. We eat our own separate meals because we don't eat the same thing. I don't cook meat.
Yeah.
So, we just don't do that.
I literally just asked him that like yesterday because we had a WrestleMania viewing at my house and like I picked up a whole bunch of burgers, dogs, and sausages and stuff. And I was like, yo, does Elle cook you meat even though she doesn't eat? He was like, nah, she don't cook meat because she doesn't eat it. I was like, huh, that's interesting.
Because I can't taste it, and
Yeah.
I don't want to cook something that's nasty, you know.
Right.
So I can cook sides all day for you, but I'm not gonna mess up your meat.
I just thought it was interesting because I felt like, why do you care so much about that? Like, and it goes into this conversation about traditional roles. Like, I just wasn't raised that way. Like, I was raised to fend for myself, or if I'm home at a particular time, I will have food. But if I'm not there, Like I don't know. I've also was raised to never expect things from people. So I can't say with a conscience that I expect a woman to make me food. Like I think that's a strange concept. If you want to make food, you're more than welcome to do it. But like I can't expect you to do it, and then coincidentally get mad if you choose not. If you don't.
Well,
do it for
Sean's
me.
defense, he's not like that. Like if
Okay.
I don't cook, he's not upset. Like,
But they still mentioned that they would be upset.
Well, I think his thing is that if I cooked food, I cooked food for myself and didn't leave him anything. Like,
So I would
could
be like,
eat
oh,
it.
great. Like I was just raised that way.
I think it all depends.
I would never. If you made food and I came home and you were chilling, I'd be like, oh, great. I'll now go make myself food.
I think I would kind
Yeah.
of like gave him a heads up, like, hey, I'm making like something you don't
Which
like
is
to
nice.
eat. You want to get something to eat? And he'd be like, okay, cool. Like
I think
don't
it'd be
upset.
different if you knew your husband's schedule and he gets off at 5 and it's like noon and you're like, yo, I'm hungry. Like I wouldn't expect you to cook me nothing at
Right.
noon for me to eat at 5. But if you make yourself something at like 4:30. And I come in the house and like you got a whole plate in front of you, and it's
still
not
wouldn't just- I'd just be
leftovers.
like, all
And it's
right,
not
I gotta-
leftovers. This is like new shit. Like you had to thaw this out, so you had to put a plan in place to cook this food, and you didn't think of me. Like I would be mad.
I'm just super independent. Like, I mean, I would make a comment. I mean, if you made cheesecake and didn't save me, I'd be like, oh damn, I really like cheesecake. But I wouldn't legitimately be mad. Like, I can't get mad at that. Like, there's way bigger things in the universe than like whether someone cooked me food or not.
And I want to
don't
go
know.
back
I just can't get. I mean,
and recant my statement. I actually have made sloppy joe several times. And what's that other stuff he eats that? It's like a pasta something.
The seafood pasta?
No, what's that pasta in the box?
Sloppy Joes are the shit.
That.
Oh, okay.
And that stuff. So like if I know he's been gone like all day and he didn't eat at Chick-fil-A, I'm like, let me just go ahead and do this.
Yo, he loves Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
we
like-
thought about having a whole Chick-fil-A platter here, but then
Yeah, Chick-fil-A's too expensive. Man.
it is.
Very
We thought
expensive.
about
I
it.
told
We
you
were
he's
like,
prissy.
Yeah.
Like he really is.
He's very prissy.
He's very fancy.
But he drinks this bullshit. Mike's Hard Lemonade.
I think that came from me.
That came from where?
From me.
Really? I mean, it's okay. You and 16-year-old white women can drink it, but like, but grown men shouldn't be drinking. I'm not drinking that. Like, I'm not doing
I had a
it.
couple Mike's Hard Lemonade.
I did too
It's
when I
really
was
good with
17.
crabs.
Yeah, it was before I was legal.
When we
Yeah,
have
with
crabs,
crabs,
we
yeah.
get, you know.
Wait, that's like a thing?
Yeah, crabs and make hard lemonade.
Wait-
like
wait a
That
minute.
sounds awful.
Wait a minute. Is this like a new age thing or is this a black thing that I missed out on?
I don't know if it's a black thing, just a our thing.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a House Harris thing.
Yeah.
So when I asked if it was a thing, she was like, "Yeah, no, it's just
But
something."
a lot of times when you go to like cookouts and they have crabs, they have
Yeah,
Mike's
they have
Hard
Mike-
Lemonade.
yeah.
But it's not because of crabs; it's because it's probably a cookout. It's a cookout
No,
thing.
it is
It's
the crab
good.
table.
It's
It's a crab table.
I don't get it.
Like my mom drinks Mike's Hard Lemonade and what are they? Wine coolers.
My mom would drink those.
I'm gonna drink some.
Oh, yeah,
drink
can
some
you,
Jameson. Oh yeah, don't worry. Let's do the next topic, and I'll bartend over.
All right, so the next topic I have is how would you all describe how you go about keeping your marriage spicy? Because it's different
You mentioned the
strokes for
guys
different folks.
earlier, so like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
Yes, like what are you all doing to keep the marriage spicy?
I don't have to do much. Sean is like just always ready whenever. Like I don't think I even have like an opportunity to like even like he's just ready to
That sounds
pounce.
really depressing. That
No,
sounds
it's
like you
like
just.
it's just ready. Like anytime, like he's just ready. Like I could just put on lingerie. That's fine with him. But other than that,
That works.
Like, yeah. But I don't have to do anything. Like I don't have to jump to hoops and nothing like that for him, which I like because I don't like doing all that.
Wow, lazy.
You won't even go to Wendy's.
But you see how easy men are. Like you could, and
He really is. Like he's. I mean, he's not like you have to. Like he's. He wouldn't care.
Cause like I could, thank you, sir. Like I could see my fiance just walking past in the bra and panties and be like, that looks nice. But if she's walking past and she stops and looks at me with the bra and panties on, oh shit, it's about to go down. Like this is not a drill. This is the real thing. So we're very easy-minded folks. Rhonda, do you have any suggestions?
Actually, I was gonna say that I don't do anything, and I take full responsibility for dropping the ball on that. I don't do anything, but Fro is very. I mean, it doesn't take much. Like I just walk past him, trying to get past a little slim spot. If I brush across him, it's it's on.
It's game time.
Like, it don't take much.
2 for 2 right now. Elle?
I think I stopped because one time I did this like really creative idea where I turned like each room in our house into some type of experience.
What was it, 50 Shades of Grey? Like a little.
Why are you judging me? This is
I wasn't judging. I was trying to just describe it for our listeners.
Anywho,
Sounds like you got a little
fucking
so you
safe
know,
words and
I didn't
shit?
think it was. I didn't think it was appreciated as much as the effort went into it. So, and I think Rashod is kind of the same. Like, you could just like give him a high five, and he's like, okay. So, you know, I just didn't think it was really appreciated. So, yeah.
Damn.
Kelly?
I don't know that I have to do a whole lot. I guess Mario's like you. I have to be careful when I come out of the shower because, you know, he's all over me, especially if the kids aren't home. Then he thinks it's game time. But I am a little bit aggressive, and I do initiate a whole lot, and I go crazy if he says no. Because he works nights. So in the morning, I'm like, ready to go. Be like, listen, I'm tired. So I was at
wants to go to
competition this
bed.
weekend.
Okay.
Got home. He came to pick us up. We got home late, like at 1. We get in the bed, and I'm thinking, okay, I've been gone all weekend. I get in the bed. He's like, listen, I work. I'm tired. I was so angry, though. I was like, fine, whatever, go to sleep. Okay.
So,
But I mean,
so with you know, keeping it spicy and things of that nature. With a guy, do you find yourself more attracted to your man when he doesn't show you that attention?
Yes.
Like if he, you know,
That's the
if
greatest.
he just if he acts as though like sex doesn't exist,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I know some guys that they feel they've been approached by their women before, like when they weren't trying to initiate sex, it was like, so who you fucking type thing, and it's like some guys are
never
like,
thought
yo,
that.
I'm tired of getting turned down, so I just figured I can't get turned down if I don't initiate. So does that make you want your man more when he doesn't try to initiate?
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why? Like,
Because we're crazy. We
yeah,
don't
I
know. We don't know the answer.
We don't have an
like
answer.
what's that
I don't
all
have an answer
about?
for
We're
that.
women. Like sometimes they're just things that we can't account for. We just are that way.
Yeah.
That is so insane. Like, I gotta act like I don't want you for you to want me.
Yeah, a
And
little
Sean
bit.
can't even do that. Like,
Yeah, I like her a little. Everyone.
he really can't even do that.
Damn, rest in peace to Sean, man.
Like, I tried to turn it down one time. Like, I was dead set. I was like, yo.
Couldn't do it with a straight face.
Yeah, I was like, yo, man, fuck this shit. Like, I done tried it a couple times. She was like, nah. So I was like, all right, whatever. She wanted at some point, and I was ready. Soon as she was like, I was like, nah, I'm good. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, see how that feels. And I was like, no, I'm joking. I'm ready. Now, I couldn't even go through with it. Like, you know, part of my male psyche wouldn't allow me to turn it down. Because, you know, it doesn't happen. I think women get offered sex way more often than dudes. I really think so.
You do? Like, out, not in my house, but maybe outside in the world, but not in my house.
I mean, like even
Solve it all
even
the
like, cause I've been a single man before, and like a lot of stuff that I did for certain women had an underlying intention to it. So it was like, yo, I'll offer to do this for her, and if I get over there, like, yo, but that shit doesn't happen for dudes.
You saw
Yeah.
that prostitute story that Rashod told last week. Like, when I take you out on a date, then I should get sex afterwards.
Right. Yeah.
That's what
And
you sound like
I
right
called
now.
them out on that.
Thank you,
I was like, yo,
Corey. I
y'all sound like y'all
appreciated
wives
that.
are escorts.
Exactly.
Like,
And that's why
terrible.
you will not. Just because you said that. It's because I feel like it shouldn't be because you took me out on a date. I can pay for the date. Like, it shouldn't be, that shouldn't be a prize for you.
Yeah.
It should just be one just because, not because you took me on a date.
What about on an anniversary though? Like if your husband arranged this big elaborate
I'm not a prostitute.
spread, but I'm saying, but like on the
Escort.
anniversary, that's the
Escort.
term
we're going to use today.
that should be a night of passion. Like we are celebrating our love and our lust for each other. Like you don't think that like it's appropriate for it to be expected on a milestone day?
Yeah, but why does it have to be at the end of the night?
right.
Like, we could have started it early in the day. Like, we could have done it, but, like, it's not I got here's the golden ticket. Now, come give me some. Like, it shouldn't be that way. It should just be like, all right, we could wake up. It could be 3:00 in the afternoon and it's time. Like it doesn't have to be the ticket. It doesn't have to be an escort service.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad you said something about a golden ticket because like this guy that I work with, this is crazy. Like these dudes that work with me have like fucked up love lives. But like his wife gave him like a coupon book, right? And it was like for any time, like it was like five coupons in there, so he could cash them joints in at any time and get some ass. And like he got denied cashing the joint in, and he was so mad. He was like, "You gave me this shit. Like, how you gonna deny the idea that you gave me? Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, would
It's a placebo, man. It's just to make you feel better.
Oh man, he was so hurt. Though,
I can
man.
see the hurt.
That was
That's messed up.
I can feel the hurt.
That was messed up.
Yeah, and he threw the rest of the coupons away in her face. Too. like when she denied it, cause he had tore the Jane out, he was waiting for her to get home. And like when she denied him, he went upstairs and got the rest of them, tore them shits up in her face and threw them away. Cause he was that upset that like you gonna put this prize in my face and I can't get it. Well then, all right. So do y'all have any advice for single ladies who are looking to be wifed?
No.
You're chosen.
Don't look for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I think a lot of women is real pressed are the ones that's just most likely are just not going to.
Right.
I don't know why that is, but it just seems that way.
So you think it's best to know what you want in your husband, or to actually fall into a situation where what you want in your husband is being presented to you?
I think you could have standards. I just think that the world is like overly saturated with women who are like, when I have my man, I'm not going to do this, or I can't wait till I get my man, or like, I've been praying for this, and God, I'm going to be the Proverbs 31 woman, and I'm like, oh my God, really? Just be that for yourself. Like, he'll come, like, work on you until that time, and if it doesn't, like, it's not the end of the world. I think that's, but it could be the way I view marriage too. Like, it wasn't what I aspired to, but it's so many women who are taught to aspire to that, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll speak as someone who was super pressed to get married. I was like on it, but and he told the story last week. We were in the church, and a lot of people were like, you know, y'all need to be married. Y'all need to be married. Y'all need to be married. So I was super pressed to get married. So my advice to someone who is super pressed to get married is to take your time. Wait on him. Make sure that you're ready before you jump into it. Because once you're married, you're married. Like, you know, of course there's divorce, but who gets married thinking, okay, well, I can just get divorced? Like, you want to get into a marriage and make it last. So just take the steps to make sure that you're ready before you jump into it.
That's real. Marriage is not a picture. Like, I think
Yeah.
now, because of social media, people have gotten into this thing where I've seen someone get engaged, right? She posted a picture and had a hashtag already. You just got engaged 5 seconds ago. Like, it's not the look. Like, it's a union. It's like
And it's
lives
hard work.
it's extremely hard work. Once you get that person, it's no longer trying to get them, it's keeping them. And that's what people fail to, like, you have to keep building on that thing. Like, it doesn't just stop there once you get them. I think people are taking marriage for a joke, so.
Yeah, this one older dude that I know, he told me about, you know, because he found out I was engaged, and he told me about how he viewed his marriage, and he talked about it being like a photo album. And in a photo album, it's all like the good moments or whatever. And he was like, your marriage is going to be the moments in between those photos, like making it to that next big happy moment. He was like, that's the stuff that your marriage is built on. You know what I mean? Not the smiling for the camera or putting on a show for other people. It's like, what did you do to be able to get to the position to smile in front of all of these people? So I'm glad you mentioned pictures, because like that clicked for me, and like I think that was one of the biggest bits of advice that I got from anybody in regards to marriage.
I do think it's funny when I hear women talk like that. Like how they just want like this storybook wedding. I'm like, you're like 17, 18. Like, you haven't been disappointed yet in life. Like,
Right.
I don't know. It's weird to me.
But that comes from, like Elle said, with social media. People just want to be able to show off this elaborate wedding and have the hashtag and just take people through their journey. I know somebody getting married, and she really can't afford to do the things that she wants to do. However, she's putting it out there that she has everything. It's going to be this great princess wedding, and but she's killing herself and breaking the bank while trying to do it for social media, I feel like, because her true friends don't care.
Right.
They're going to be there whether she has, 100 people or 1,000 people.
Yeah. I know some people that have got divorced before the wedding was paid off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that is crazy to take out a line of credit for one day. Yeah, but that's crazy. So, like, before we wrap up, we have some submitted questions for tonight. And you all are relationship or wedding marriage experts. So these people submitted these questions for you all. You have a level of expertise in your own marriage, though. Okay. So the first question that we had is, how do you feel about your husband having female friends? Elle, you don't have to chime in.
I
We don't.
say
No.
something. No,
Cupcakes
that's not true.
over there.
That's
was,
the only. Like, I don't mind.
Shout outs to whoever that makes cupcakes.
I don't mind. Like, this is what I told Rashod. Like, Rashod likes having female friends, not just female friends, just friends. Period. I don't mind you having friends. Just they're our friends. Like,
That's right.
for
Right.
me, like if Rashod hit up Donna and was like, "Let's go to happy hour," I wouldn't care. Like, again, it's the comfort level. I don't. Long as I'm okay with that person, I don't care, because worst case scenario, if you decide to do something stupid, it's not on her. It's on you. Like, I care less about her. I just don't want you to put yourself in a bad situation. So I don't care about that. It's just that when I know that someone's wrong, I'm going to dead it.
Right.
Right.
Like, Sean and Elle have a great relationship. Like, that's his other wife. Yeah. We joke about it all the time, and they talk and text and stuff like that. And I have no problem with that.
Right.
It's at the comfort level there. If it's somebody I don't know, then I'm going to have a problem with it.
Like, it's a little too late in the game to have new friends.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say, my husband
Right.
cannot have any new friends.
Okay.
Whatever friends he already has, that's it. Yeah. That's all. That's a wrap.
Rhonda?
Yeah, I feel the same way. No new friends.
And that was
You
definitely.
see her face?
Yeah.
I'm almost scared to say
Yeah.
I know him. Like, I know
Like,
him
anybody
from
we
work.
already know, like, cool, but
I felt like there was a scene playing out in your head. If this nigga got a new friend. Okay.
Well, it's funny. Yeah, I don't know what all your husbands do for a living, but it's hard for what I do for a living, and coincidentally what Rashod does, because I'm constantly meeting new people, like constantly, and people that come and they end up being around you from a work relationship type perspective. So it's like I've always established in the beginning that, like, this is my line of work and that I will always have humans that I'll be out with. But I guess you guys think differently.
They can be friends at work.
Well, the thing is, like, working in media, it's like that web goes out so much farther than a traditional workplace. So I don't know.
everybody doesn't have to be your friend, though.
Right.
I mean, that's a valid point. That's a very valid point. So yeah. But I've had women in the past who thought like that, and it was like, no, you cannot. And I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. Like,
But even like, it's people that I met, guy friends that I met at work that are
Yeah,
friends. But I've also introduced them to Sean, and they're friends too. So I'm not gonna like meet a guy at work and not bring him
Right.
around
Yeah, yeah.
Sean and my husband. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that myself.
Yeah.
well, that's fine. It's respectable.
Okay, so the next question we have from one of our faithful Society podcast listeners, Society X podcast, who has the highest sex drive, you or your husband?
Oh, definitely
My
me.
husband.
Oh, sorry.
All right,
me.
everybody-
So I
Yeah.
guess maybe
that
maybe
was
what you said
Shane.
last week was true. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I do.
So I heard you said you,
My husband.
My husband.
Rhonda.
Husband.
Okay, so is it one of those scenarios where they act on it more than you do, or do you think that women think about sex just as much as dudes?
I definitely think about it
Yes.
all the time. I think it's just the actual act of it is too.
Okay.
But no, I think if we in the thinking category, I probably think about it way more than he does. But in the initiation,
Because I was under the assumption that some women put like the sexual thoughts into a closet and keep it locked up.
That's what
Oh,
people
no.
make when they don't have to have sex all the time. They think you're not.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's not about the quantity; it's about the quality.
I agree.
Okay. What else we got? Do you think your sex life was better before or after marriage?
Before.
That was quick.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
We did it more. Probably before. I have a 3-year-old, so and she sleeps with us sometimes. So it's like you can't do what you want to do. You know, it's just hard to do that.
He mentioned that there were parameters. That like if the kid was in the room asleep, that was fine.
No. In my bedroom sleep?
Maybe I could be wrong.
Sean said that?
Maybe no.
Okay.
No?
I was like,
okay.
I was saying,
Maybe excuse me, I missed, maybe asleep in the house, and that was fine. The kid had to be asleep.
Yeah, she can be asleep in her room. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
But my daughter's needy. She likes to sleep under me and under us a lot. So.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Definitely not busting it wide open with a kid in the bed. So
I would say
definitely
after. I would say it's hard. I think it's afterwards because when we were dating, I was trying not to have sex because I was really like super active in church. So I was trying to like abstain. It was hard, but yeah, I would say afterwards. But I think it was like, God forgive me. It was a thrill of like being like doing things that you're not supposed to do.
It's like the thrill of getting caught. You know what I mean?
It's like, oh God, I'm not supposed to do this, but it feels so great. Like, you know.
you didn't say that during sex, did you?
I probably did. I don't know.
I don't know if that would turn me on or not.
Okay. So does your husband trust you enough to have a male friend?
I don't think so. He may say he does, but I don't think so.
Ooh, man, that was rather somber.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. Yeah, that's it.
All right, ladies.
I think Rashod trusts me to have a male friend. I think I was gonna say something to add to that. I don't remember what it was, but I don't think he cares about that. I think I've had friends in the past where he'll be like, I don't like that, like. You know, he'll know that. But I think because, that's what I was going to say, I'm like super unapproachable. So I think he just lives off the fact that it's going to be extremely hard for a guy to come talk to me, so he don't care. You know?
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of guy friends. I have one close guy friend, and he's kind of he's straight, but
Okay, so he's gay. There's no but. Yep, so he's gay.
It could be questionable.
No, there's no questionable.
It is a questionable.
No, there's not.
It
Because in college, you guys could whip out the triple scissor, and that could just be a period
What
of life.
is the triple
I think you got to explain the triple scissor,
No,
bro.
the triple scissor it's a dark secret. So you guys could whip that out, and it's just a moment that you went through. But if in college, me and GA here had a moment, we're gay.
What if you just kiss?
Nope, we're gay.
If you hug for a really long time?
No, that's
I think
questionable.
that's something that
Yeah.
you guys put on yourselves.
Yeah.
Wait a
it's
minute,
too
wait
much
a
of
minute.
burden.
He's like,
I
wait,
was
how did
reading
I
through
get
the
in this?
final question. I completely missed that. Like, we're talking about like what?
That's too much of a burden that you put on yourself.
What are we talking about? I missed it.
She mentioned that the male in question could be questionably gay, questionably straight, and I was like, no, there's with men classically, stereotypically, it's kind of a black or white line. Like you're either not, and if once you engage in a gay activity, gay act, you are pretty much labeled as gay.
Yeah, you can't reseal a
Yeah.
beer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, once you crack the seal, once you pop, like that's what they said with Pringles. Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
I'm gonna take the next question because I've been criticized of this. How long is it too long for a woman to be in a relationship and a man not make a move towards marriage?
I think that
Answer
depends on the woman. I don't think you can put a set
I like you.
amount of time on how long you can be together.
Great answer. Great answer.
I mean, I'm serious. You can't say, okay, well, it's been a year, we have to get married now, or it's been 3 years, or if after 2 years we have to be married, or we're going to break up type thing. It needs to be natural. You can't force that.
Great answer.
It depends on the woman.
You and me, best
I agree.
friends, right
but
here.
for me, Rashod had 18 months. He didn't know that he had 18 months. He just knew that I had a timetable. I wasn't going to tell him what it was because I didn't want you to feel forced to marry me. But I already had in my mind, I know what I want to do next. I know what it's gonna take to get there. So if he doesn't propose in that time, I'll transition myself out. It's no hard feelings. I'll still love you, but that's just me.
Why 18 months? That's a
Because that's what I
year.
wanted.
That's a year and a half.
I'm OCD.
Okay.
I plan my life very methodically.
A year and a half in advance.
That's what I wanted.
Okay. I just think because
So,
a year,
yeah.
2 years is it's a concrete.
I knew
Year and a half
let
is
me
a
just
little
say,
off the path.
It was on a calendar of the things that I wanted to do.
Okay.
And so I knew that if it happened at this moment, then we can move to this next and that next. And that's exactly what happened.
Rashod, is Rashod along for a journey he doesn't know? Like, what's the next
It's
one?
been a great journey for him the whole time.
I think the fact that he's such a free flowing person and the fact that you're like so meticulous, I think that's a good balance.
It is.
So I guess opposites do attract
I agree.
in a sense.
There you
Rhonda.
go.
What was the question?
Is there pressure? Is there a certain amount of time that a man should start pursuing marriage?
Yeah, I would say 2 years. Within 2 years,
We're not friends.
I'm sorry. If you're dating somebody seriously for 2 years and you don't know whether or not you want to move forward with that person, then you don't. So let them go.
Donna.
I don't think so. I mean, it
Good answer.
depends on the woman, of course, as well, what they want. But like I said, me and Sean dated for like 4 or 5 years before
really?
before we
4 or
got
5 years?
We had a short
Great.
engagement,
That's
obviously, but I knew we were gonna get married at some point. But
That's good.
I wasn't like rushing when we had to do it or whatever.
Good. We're second best friends.
All right. So lastly, this is the question that I've been waiting for. We're gonna wrap it up with this one because I felt the tension when we came into the room, and I saved this question for last. What is a pet peeve that you have about something that your husband does? You're
Let
in
it
a
out.
safe space. This is a danger zone. You are protected.
Let it out.
Feel free to shoot from the hip.
Probably does not clean up after himself. I don't think he does it on purpose. He just doesn't clean up after himself.
Like dirty dishes in the living room, or
Yeah, like I said, he'll come in the house, put his shoes in the living room, just throw his coat here, and just it just doesn't clean up after himself. He'll get groceries and leave all the bags on the table and put the groceries out. It's just stuff like that, just little stuff. And it really bothers me. I tell him that every time he does it, but he still continues to do it. So.
okay.
That was Donna. Rhonda.
The only one I can think of is when he cooks, he just leaves a mess everywhere. Just pots, cut up stuff, just mess everywhere. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
That's not too bad. Elle.
And you said only one.
Yes, only one.
We might, since it's his it's formally his podcast.
We'll limit you to 3.
Yeah, we'll let you have a.
3.
Yeah, we'll let you have 3.
Thanks. Okay. First, I hate that Rashod believes that if you just rinse out the Tupperware or plate or pot and leave it in the sink for 2 weeks, it's okay.
So wait, he doesn't like put it away or
No,
put
he
it in the
doesn't
dishwasher?
he doesn't wash it at all.
He just
literally
runs water over it?
Yeah.
What if you cook pizza or some shit on
He
it? It's
just
got
like,
caked
if
in
I
cheese.
run water in it, it's clean, and I could just leave it in there until I'm ready to wash dishes. Well, I grew up in a house of 3. It was like all boys and me. So we had to wash dishes every single night and put them away every single night. So 5 years of trying to get him to
Did you not have a
transition.
dishwasher growing up?
Oh, we did. My mom didn't play. You gonna wash those dishes with your hands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have a dishwasher at home we don't use. So
Wow.
it's just like how you were raised.
I don't use a dishwasher either.
Yeah.
I use the fuck out of my dishwasher.
mine.
That's what its intended purpose is.
I actually started a cycle right before I came here.
That's what it's for. I don't want to wash them. Like, I don't know.
I also don't like that. I'm thankful that he tries to clean like the bathroom and stuff, but he just goes in and sprays bleach everywhere, and he thinks that's clean, and it's not.
How do you spray
That's like a
bleach?
man
Like it's got
thing.
the it's like a little jug.
Whatever the spray is that smells the strongest, you just spray it.
Trust me, it's definitely not a man thing. I mean, I have
It
cleaner that
has
has
to be.
bleach in it, but I use that to like clean like the toilet and the tub. But I'm cleaning everything else with various other products, so I'm just not spraying it just to get the clean smell. Poor fella.
Yeah, it kills me. And then it's like I can't breathe in the house because it's so strong. I can't breathe. And my last thing is that he says the word throat a lot. It pisses me off.
Like Throat Thursdays?
He'd be like, my throat itch. And I'm
Oh,
like, it's
okay,
not
sorry.
throat, it's throat. You know it's not
He
throat.
skips an entire letter.
Yes, it aggravates me. And that's all for today.
I'm sorry, the man doesn't say R.
I feel like after this, I'm going to have to intentionally say the word throat as many times as I can around her.
It makes me like.
Especially
cringe.
before this podcast comes out. Like, I think I'm going to talk to him tonight. I'm like, yo, man, how'd that mic quench your throat?
Part of Viz Inc. we used to call thoughts thoats. So and then it was always fun. So I thought that's what you were referring
It's
to.
like tomatoes.
Yeah, you like tomatoes. So,
Okay.
but apparently she meant your actual throat.
Throat.
All right, Kelly, you got to bring us home.
I
What you
was
got?
trying. I don't have anything good. I was trying to think of something. I guess if I had to pick one. He tried, but he calls himself helping. He tries to wash clothes because we have 5 of us in the house, so I guess he's trying to help out. But he literally will wash everything together. He will just.
That's what I do.
He has ruined so many clothes. Just,
Nah, I
I
don't do
mean, red with white.
No,
He'll
whites
put bleach.
with the whites.
He will put bleach in every load.
I have a completely integrated
every-
laundry.
Is all his clothing like splotchy? Like you don't just do that.
Yeah, he just does not know how to wash clothes. Like he just throws everything. I had a cashmere sweater. He put it in the washing machine and in the dryer. So I gave it to my 7-year-old because it was this big. And I'm like, what made you? Where did you even get that to? Like I put stuff that goes, to dry cleaners or whatever. Where did you even find it? He was like, oh, I just thought it was laying on the nightstand, so I just he just throws
chucked it all
everything.
in.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
throws everything. Doesn't matter what color it is.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to change up a little bit of my routine then. But, yeah, appreciate it. I feel like this has been informative,
been
and I've
informative.
gained some new friends.
It's eye opening.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I feel
Very
like
eye-opening.
I feel like we need a part 2 because throughout this whole process, I've come up with some questions on my own. So I think we need to pick another day to hijack Shad's podcast and come back in here and chime in
The
with
danger zone will return.
Yeah, the danger zone will definitely return. Ladies, tell the people where they can find you if you would like them to be able to find you. Social media, things of that
I
sort.
don't want to be found.
Okay, that's
Yep,
that's
I'm good.
that's great. I love that answer.
Thank you.
Elle?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He
You
better
can find
mutual
me
agreement.
at __Elle Harris _ on Instagram, and that's it. I don't like to be friends on Facebook with people.
Okay.
Shout outs to your Instagram.
Thank you for the 247 likes last week,
Yeah.
Corey.
No problem. I was mad because you can't. I was hoping it would say Corey Smith liked 247 pics, but it ended up just saying Corey Smith liked 8, and it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It wasn't as fun, but likewise, I liked all your pics. It took me about 15 minutes.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Rhonda?
You can find me on Twitter, chocolate_gypsy. I don't tweet a lot, but I'll follow you back.
Sweet. Rhonda?
My social media's not popping like that. Y'all don't.
But I mean, you all might have like gained some new fans tonight. They want to know what's happening in the married lives of you all.
They won't find it out from my.
No, not at all. This is probably it right
That's
here.
not on
This is where it is.
Oh,
A
okay.
little bit of drop, just a little bit, and that's it. Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, I almost want to end this off with a pointless bit of advice for entrepreneurs, because this is what Shad does. So if you're looking to start up a new business, make sure you deplete all of your startup funds on people who are not going to purchase your product. Aim all of your content towards a demographic that isn't in your target audience. Corey, you got anything?
When you shoot videos, put 2 GoPros on your head and put your iPhone out 3 feet in front of you, and you'll get lucky and capture something. And just yeah.
All right. As always, this was formerly the Society X podcast.
Danger zone. Welcome
this,
to the Danger Zone.
This has definitely been the Danger Zone. We need to get a drop from Top Gun.
Yeah.
We need to put that in there. But as Shad would say, good morning, good evening, good night. Good day, good evening, good night. This is Society X podcast, and we're sleeveless until 2019.
Oh, God.